Think about the last time you walked into a massive sports bar or, an airport terminal. You've got dozens of glowing screens, all perfectly synchronized, showing the exact same live game in flawless 4K. It feels completely effortless.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You don't even think about it.
Right, but today, we're taking you behind the drywall for our deep dive. We're looking at the invisible infrastructure that makes all that magic happen.
It is a wild world back there. I mean, it's truly hidden in plain sight.
It really is. So our mission today is to unpack one highly specialized and honestly, surprisingly expensive piece of gear. It's the Turtle AV Darwin 4K HDMI over IP transmitter.
Yeah, we're looking at a product page from a retailer called HDTVSupply.
Exactly. And it's a fascinating piece of hardware because it completely changes how you look at the physical spaces we move through every day.
Right, you look at this one little black box, and suddenly an entire hidden industry just reveals itself.
So let's look at this specific box, the Turtle AV TV-Darwin4K-TX. And the UPC is 930-902545573 if you're keeping track. But here is the kicker. It currently retails for $699
Yep, $699.
for one single transmitter. So let's unpack this. I mean, is this basically just a ridiculously overpowered version of, like, casting a funny video from your phone to your living room TV?
I mean, it's a tempting comparison for sure, but the technology here is fundamentally different. Like when you cast a video from your phone, you are sending highly compressed data.
Okay.
It's basically like trying to push water through a garden hose. I mean, it gets there, but it's heavily restricted.
Right, and if it buffers for a second or two on your TV, it's totally fine.
Exactly. But this Turtle AV unit, on the other hand, is sending uncompressed or visually lossless 4K video over an IP network in real time.
Wait, uncompressed?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That is like trying to push a literal fire hose volume of data through that same network without spilling a single drop.
So you're saying it's taking this massive raw video signal from a physical HDMI cable, instantly chopping it up into tiny digital data packets, and then just firing it across a computer network.
That's exactly it. The transmitter has to encode the signal, blast it across a network switch, and then have a receiver decode it on the other side with zero perceptible latency.
Wow.
Yeah, if you tried to run that kind of uncompressed data load through a standard consumer casting dongle, the hardware would practically melt.
Okay, well, the $699 price tag is definitely starting to make sense if you're building, industrial strength plumbing.
Right?
But who is actually buying these things in bulk? Because if you look at the companies supplying this HDTV supply, you immediately realize they aren't your typical local electronics store.
Oh, not at all. They actually bill themselves as a 25-year global home for audio and video products, and they are dealing in sheer mind-boggling scale.
I mean, it's like comparing a massive wholesale commercial restaurant supplier to, the kitchen gadget aisle at a normal supermarket.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. They sell complete sports bar TV systems that can route video to up to 260 TVs simultaneously.
Wait, 160 TVs?
Yep, 160.
At that point, aren't you basically running a local cable company? How does the network not just completely crash from that data load?
Well, that's where the heavy-duty infrastructure comes in. To manage that much data, they use these massive 160 by 160 HDMI matrix switchers, plus some really complex video wall processors.
Okay, I have to jump in here. For anyone wondering what a matrix switcher actually is, think of it like a massive digital train yard.
Okay.
You have 160 incoming trains of video, like satellite feeds or digital signage, and you can instantly switch any one of those trains to any of 160 different outbound tracks without any of them crashing.
That is a perfect way to picture it, yeah. You can send any input to any screen at the push of a single button.
Right.
And transmitters, like our $699 Turtle AV box,
Right.
they are the high-speed on-ramps getting the video onto those tracks in the first place.
And it isn't just sports bars relying on those tracks either. HDTVSupply's catalog heavily caters to government purchasing, actually.
Yeah, that's a huge part of their business.
They sell TAA-approved products that comply with federal trade requirements. They're on the federal GSA schedule. And they even supply NASA through the CWP program.
Which really drives home the why behind the absolute stability of this equipment. Like, if NASA is buying your video routing equipment for a control room, they aren't just watching the game.
Right. No, they're monitoring live rocket telemetry.
Exactly. A 1-second delay or a network buffer could mean missing a critical mechanical failure. When you're launching a rocket or running secure federal communications, you are paying top dollar for zero latency reliability.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I mean, we started this deep dive by zooming in on one $699 piece of hardware and ended up zooming out to discover this massive, complex digital plumbing that keeps our modern facilities running in real time.
It really proves that the most seamless, effortless visual experiences always require the most rugged, complex engineering behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So the next time you walk into a sports bar or, wage your gate at the airport and see dozens of screens perfectly sync in crisp 4K, consider this.
yeah.
If a $700 box and a massive network train yard is what it takes to power a sports bar today, imagine the sheer scale of the invisible infrastructure we are going to need when holographic displays or 8K virtual reality become the standard in our public spaces.